And Ed, when you think about greatness, you think about this franchise has 16 titles. That's the second highest number in the NBA, but they're making the right moves to hopefully get to 17 soon.
Let's see if this Lakers franchise can recapture the glory. We're ready to go in this one. Here's LeBron for two. Los Angeles has the basketball. Stuffs it down with authority. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
Leonard. Ooh, he'll take that.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
LeBron into the front court. Down forward. To Davis. Deep right corner. Deep two there. Won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
If LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A., that means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
Good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it. Oh, LeBron James, not much more the defense could have done. He hits the contested 3.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
Davis to James. Has a chance? Almost, but no good. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. That's now 5 in a row without a single miss.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
James. Not that time. George. He made his first effort, but not that time.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Green to the basket, but the shot won't go. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverley. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. James goes to the left side. Kuzma can't connect.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
JaVale McGee to Kyle Kuzma. Paul George sends it away. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. It's James. Good sign that time, Jay, as they going to go down. But now let's see if they can get a stop on the other end.
If you're looking at this game like you're looking at your week, it's the first quarter, which means that it's Monday. It's early. Just because you had a bad Monday doesn't mean you can't have a great Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Were you the kind of person who always had that case of the Mondays?
No, it's always Friday, my friend.
That's the way to do it. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's not every day that you see a 6'9", 265-pound freight train coming down the lane. You probably want to step out of the way.
George. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't.
McGee punching it home with the putback slam.
JaVale has such a good nose around the basket until he doesn't.
What are you saying there, Jay?
It's 50-50 sometimes.
Well, hopefully it's half glass full in this regard. Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Leonard smothering D to Kyle Kuzma. James had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. Kuzma to James. To Caldwell Pope from long range. And it's Harrell who comes away with the rebound. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. James can't connect. It's no good. And the Lakers able to grab the rebound. That misses with a second to go. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Clippers have the lead. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
James. Not that time. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. James. Goes to the right side. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the three.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. James into the front court. Down just a couple. Kyle Kuzma. And the rebound taken in by George. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Knocks down the first. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Danny Green. Fires the three. Danny Green can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. Williams across the timeline. Leads three. Lou Williams. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Danny Green to James. Beyond the arc for three. And it's Williams there for the rebound. Ah, the monster stuff.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
LeBron with it up top. They trail by 7. Off the mark. Caldwell Pope. To James. Fires the three. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Williams to Beverly. Curling inside. Here's Leonard for 2. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Across the timeline comes James. Down 6. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul. And that's rebounded by the Lakers. To Caldwell Pope. Lets it fly from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. Runner here won't go down. LeBron into the front court. Now down 6. Oh, they call him for the foul.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Caldwell Pope to Davis. Caldwell Pope to Danny Green. Davis. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
To Paul George. Kawhi Leonard cashes in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Caldwell Pope. Nobody even close. Count the basket for Caldwell Pope.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
PG lets it fly. Wide open look, won't go. Danny Green to Caldwell Pope. Has a look. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
And the basket good at the rim.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green. To Cousins. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Shot from the lane won't go. Late heave to beat the buzzer from beyond half court. Gets it to go from long distance. A fitting capper to the end of the first half. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. LA Clippers with the basketball. George, and it's Kuzma able to clear the rebound. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
And DeMarcus Cousins, you give him space, he can burn you. Hits the 3.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
LeBron into the front court. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
George, it's good. Defense has to pick things up. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To George. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Shot by Kuzma, no good. The follow won't go either. Kuzma to Davis. 4-3. Offensive board. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Kuzma. Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Leonard. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
LBJ has it. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. Strong finish for Paul George.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
And throws it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Danny Green gets it in the left corner. Caldwell Pope. And the rebound grabbed by the Clippers. To Beverly. Williams. Leonard. That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
James into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. And he's going to the free throw line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one, count it. And he makes them both.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
To Paul George. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
James, great dish to set it up. Can't connect from inside. To Leonard. Here's a chance from long range. The hot night continues. He's hit 9 threes here tonight.
Uh-oh, someone's getting towards that single-game record territory. He's having that kind of night.
Rises for the slam. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Leonard goes to the left side. Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Knocks it down and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
Leonard. 10 threes for him now in the game, Jay. Just astonishing.
And I can't believe what I'm seeing. It's only happened 30-something times since the three-point line went into effect in 1979. Goes to show you how big of a night he's having.
How old were you back then?
I was not born yet, my friend.
Boom, baby. That ends the third quarter. The Clippers are out in front. It's Lakers ball as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
That's what the King does. James, the quick catch and shoot there for 3.
It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point lines.
It's good for 3.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse to kick out for, guess what, another one.
The pass taken away by the Lakers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in the playoff game, it will.
Nice pass to get things going.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Can't connect on the first free throw. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. From long range.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Kawhi Leonard is going to get 3 shots here. Shooting 75% so far tonight. And he connects on the first free throw. Second one's no good. One more coming. LBJ with it. To Cousins. And finishes strong.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Leonard. knocks it down.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
LeBron James, huge block.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
To James. Kawhi Leonard able to recover with the block. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Here's LeBron for two. And the rebound taken in by Beverly. Leonard. And Green able to clear the rebound. James to Davis. Kawhi Leonard pins it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Kyle Kuzma. Not easy.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
LeBron James with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Danny Green to James. Jumper's good.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc, and he buries it.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
To Davis. James. Fires the three. That's how you defend.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Leonard. Oh, good offense, beating good defense.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good look.
James to Kyle Kuzma, beyond the arc for three. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Leonard, that's the record. His 14th three-pointer in the game.
We have a national weather warning, excessive heat on the court.
Now the Lakers going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. James. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
LBJ. To Caldwell Pope. It's James. Cleans it up. Kyle Kuzma. Oh, that's how it's done.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To Caldwell Pope. James. Deep left corner. Kyle Kuzma. That's off the side of the rim, short. Nothing going here on that drive. Sheer strength to slam it down. He ran right through the gauntlet.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.